be strong.
In an exclusive interview with Ecote, the Philippine defense minister says that the Swedish fighter jet has very good chances. The decision on which solution suits the Philippines best must be made as soon as possible, says Philippine Defense Minister Gilbert Teodoro. The Swedish defense group Saab hopes to be able to sell the JAS Gripen combat aircraft to the Philippines when the country now equips itself. According to him, the Swedish JAS Gripen fighter has very good chances. Swedish equipment has a very good chance, I would say. As part of the modernization of the Philippine Armed Forces, the Air Force is to procure new fighter jets. Sweden's main competitor is American Lockheed Martin, which manufactures the F-16 fighter jet. Mats Lundberg, who works with SAAB's Gripen campaigns in the Philippines, says that the Gripen's capabilities should suit the Philippines well. The Gripen has an enormously good ability, not least for the type of country that is very spread out, in a way similar to Sweden, with a lot of coast and islands, he says. In the past year, the relationship between the Philippines and China has become increasingly tense. China claims large parts of the South China Sea, and is increasingly engaged in confrontations with Philippine ships. The Philippines has recently deepened its defense cooperation with Australia and the United States, and also signed an agreement with Sweden on defense cooperation. Sweden has a lot to offer. We know your abilities. We are familiar with Sweden not only in aviation, but also in other technologies. Sweden has been a country with a self-sufficient defense industry for a long time. There is much to collaborate with Sweden on in the future, says Philippine Defense Minister Gilbert Teodoro to Ecote. On modernizing the armed forces of the Philippines to more effectively protect the country's territorial integrity and interests in its EEZ, exclusive economic zone, Secretary Teodoro emphasized that whatever defense acquisition the Philippines will pursue must be sustainable, interoperable, and supportable. Recognizing the Philippines' need for a modern PAF, Ambassador Thunborg highlighted Sweden's offer of its flagship multi-role fighter aircraft, the Saab JAS-39. Gripen, DND spokesperson Arsenio Andalon said in a statement Wednesday. The JAS-39 is considered one of the top two contenders for the PAF multi-role fighter MRF acquisition project, with the other jet fighter being the U.S. Lockheed Martin F-16 Volts Viper, the latest version of the American-made aircraft now being supplied in quantities in many air forces in the world. The JAS-39 is classified as the most reliable swing-role combat aircraft available in the world. The Swedish-made fighter requires minimal personnel and ground support equipment for dispersed operations and can operate from small unprepared roads. It is also equipped with sophisticated radar and sensors and weapons. The MRFs are expected to backstop the military's existing fleet of 12 South Korean-made Mach 1.5 capable FA-50PH light jet fighters. The requirements for the MRF project stipulate that the offered aircraft must be fourth generation or higher. The project also requires 12 MRFs at least capable of patrolling the country's protected waters and airspace. The MRF project is supposed to be part of Horizon 2 of the AFP modernization program slated for 2018 to 2022, which aims to acquire more equipment for external defense, but was pushed back for implementation due to the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. Previously, Sweden discussed the JAS-39 to Teodoro's predecessors, then DND officer in charge Senior Undersecretary Carlito Galvez Jr. this March 24 and then Defense Chief Senior Undersecretary Jose Faustino Jr. on December 21, 2022. Exchanging regional security situation updates, Ambassador Thunborg noted the developments in the South China Sea, SCS, West Philippine Sea, WPS, and conveyed Sweden's support for the Philippines' position and upholding the rules-based international order, Andalon said. Welcoming the support from Sweden and other like-minded partners, Secretary Teodoro hoped for a global consensus on the 2016 Permanent Court of Arbitration, PCA, ruling on the SCS and underscored the importance of the Philippines' enforcement of its sovereign rights over its EEZ, the DND spokesperson said. He added that both sides looked forward to the ratification and implementation of the Memorandum of Understanding concerning cooperation in the acquisition of defense materiel, which was signed between the Philippines and Sweden last June 3 in Singapore. In anticipation of possible projects in the future, the Swedish ambassador proposed to facilitate the exchange of information on the two countries' differing financial systems and financing packages that Sweden could offer, Andalong stressed.